Okay, so let's now enter into the investment mentality proper. But before I do that, I'd like to just do a breakdown, for you about what investment mentality really is. Investment mentality is a mindset that is concerned about the multiplication of all that one has. When investment mindset is in place, you are always looking for avenues to multiply what you have through different investment vehicles or better still channels instead of consuming or wasting it. Investment mindset is that mindset that is concerned about the acquisition of assets, not liabilities. When you do with your money, when investment mentality is in place, you will be careful what you do with your money. And anytime money is to exit your hand, you make sure it is for the acquisition of an asset and not liabilities. Investment mentality is a mindset that is concerned about bringing you to a level in life where money works for you instead of you working for money. When investment mentality is in place, even though you may start out working for money, like many of us do, uh-huh, you will have a plan and a strategy in place to change your status and come to a level of financial independence where you no longer work for money but have put money to work on your behalf. Now, this is what this show is all about. Every Friday, we juxtapose with health. Yeah, I was supposed to have a doctor today, but hey, he couldn't make it. But next week, God willing, he will be here. So, how do you develop investment mindset? It is simple. We talked about eradicate the toxic mindset, educate yourself on what investment mindset is all about. Make a decision to adjust your mindset from toxic to investment, and it is done. Now, it is as simple as that. You just make the decision to make adjustments. How do you know if you have investment mentality? It's simple. What have you been doing with your money before now? Hmm. What have you been doing with your money before now? What will you be doing with your money from now? Now, there are three things you can do with money, and that is what everyone operates within. Where you belong in these three categories determines whether you are still operating within the toxic mentality or have investment mindset. Now, three things people do with money. Number one is waste it. Now, one of the things people do with money is to waste it, and this is what foolish people do. They spend all they have riotously and labor continually without having any result to show for it because all they make is wasted on liabilities and consumables. They seem to be under a spell that manipulates them to waste money by acquiring or buying what they don't need or want by impulse. Most impulse purchases are motivated by wasteful tendencies. Is that what you do with money? Okay. Number two that people do with money. Number two that they do with money. It's okay. Let me just still break it down a little bit. Now I have seen waste in people's lives, and I have seen people justify waste. Some people celebrate waste and enjoy waste only to later regret it with shame. Mhm. But that's it. They justify it with statements like, what will people say? If they see me keep driving this car for more than 5 years now, what will they say? How will people feel? What will people think? People, people, people. If you want to become rich and wealthy, you must grow beyond being manipulated and influenced by people's opinion and the status symbol craziness. Don't be a waster. That is what fools do with money. If you have been a waster, change now, right now, and prove that you now have investment mindset. Never allow any form of waste in your life from today, be it food, time, opportunities, resources, money. It's not just money that people waste. People waste opportunities. People waste food. People waste time. Never buy what you don't need except it is really needed. Never spend in haste. Always think before you spend. Never put your money in what you don't understand. Investigate before you invest. Always balance your emotions with reality and avoid impulse purchase. There's a lot of that now. If you're on IG, oh my God. Oh my God. Everybody's selling something. And you are their targets. Always use money with a vision and for a purpose. Number 2 thing people do with money, they spend it. The second thing people do with money is spend it. This is what average people do all over the world. They make money, spend it all on bills and liabilities, and start looking for money again. It is called the rat race. It is an evil cycle that keeps people locked in. You can't get out. You can't get out. Now, due to the poverty cycle and rat race, many people have no savings and no investments in place. They have sincerely wrong excuse for not being able to save or invest. Bills, expenses. Now, this is the story of every average person, because the typical mentality of these people operates: make or earn money, spend it all on bills and necessities, save and invest if you have anything, give to charity if at all. If you are thinking like this and operating like this without any plan to change, you may never become rich and wealthy. It's not a cause. I'm just stating the obvious. Now, to break free from this cycle of poverty and a life of ever spending and never saving or investing, you must embrace a reverse mentality, which is the investment mindset. And we've talked about it. So, make or earn money, make giving to charity a priority, minimum 10% of your income, settle, savings and investment, minimum 10 to 20% of your income. Spend the rest on a budget, maximum of 70% of your income. Spend the rest on a budget. Create a budget for yourself, for your family. Create a budget and keep your spendings within that budget. Now, if you think the above is impossible, then forget the possibility of ever becoming rich and wealthy, because no one will plan your future for you if you don't plan it yourself. No one will plan it for you. You must avoid trying to keep up with the Joneses, because they are broke also. So cut your coat according to your material, or according to your cloth, not your size. You must avoid trying to keep up with the Joneses because they are also broke. Cut your coat according to the material available to you and not your size, because your size may be bigger than your material due to overweight. Live within your means. That is what we're trying to see since. Now, one amazing thing about the average person is that they always find a way to pay their bills, even if it increases. They claim they cannot save or invest because they cannot afford it. But look at it this way. If your bill increases by 10% or 20%, won't you find a way to pay? If your answer is yes, then just make your savings or investment a bill you must pay. And this will help you develop a culture of investment. And voila, you are good to go. All right? So, next week, Friday, hopefully, when we come back, we'll be looking at guidelines for wise spending. Guidelines for wise spending. Maybe I should just run through it right now. Now, what are the guidelines? Ask yourself these questions before you spend next time. Do you really need it? That's one. Number two, is the price right? Is the price right? Number three, is the timing right? Number four, is there a substitute for it? There's always substitute. Is there any major disadvantage? That's number five. And number six, have you researched the item? 7, will its value increase? Does it require expensive upkeep? Have you compared prices? Is your spouse in agreement? Those of you who are married or you are engaged, is your spouse in agreement? You know, women, they have a way of, you know, saying, no, that thing is too expensive. Why are you spending so much on this? They have a way of questioning. I'm not talking about slay queen. Oh. I'm sorry. Okay, but that's the truth. Will you still want it? I mean, will you still want it this bad next week, next month, or next year as you do today? Or does delay means denial? Is it affordable within your present financial capability and budget? Does it complement your values and beliefs? Will it help you achieve your vision and purpose in life? Now, these and many more should be considered before you spend. And quickly, number 3 thing people do with money is, the third thing you can do with money is what only few people do with it. Many waste money, many spend money, but only a few invest money. That's the third thing you can do with money. Invest money. Fools waste money. Average people spend money. Wise people invest money. So which one are you? A, B, or C? Now, the major proof that you have eradicated toxic mindset and have investment mindset in place is that you no longer live your life wasting or spending money, but you are primarily into investing or investment of money. Many people find it difficult to develop investment mentality and practice wealth creation principles because they don't know how to relate with the factors that affect the kind of mentality they have and also affect the mentality that rules them at all times. We'll be here and we'll be right back some other time.